The Titanic, the so-called unsinkable ship, sank in 1912, taking over 1,500 souls into the freezing Atlantic. It became the most famous maritime tragedy in history. But what if I told you there was another disaster almost 3 times deadlier that the world has almost forgotten? This is the story of Titanic versus Dona Paz. We all know the Titanic story, the largest, most luxurious ship of its time, hailed as unsinkable. On April 10, 1912, she set sail from Southampton to New York with over 2,200 passengers and crew, a floating palace of dreams. But just 4 days later, at 11:40 p.m., she struck an iceberg in the frigid North Atlantic. Within 2 hours and 40 minutes, the pride of the White Star Line was gone. There were not enough lifeboats. Panic and chaos ruled the decks. Families were torn apart. In the end, over 1,500 lives were lost. The disaster changed maritime laws forever, and the name Titanic became etched into history books and Hollywood films alike. 75 years later, halfway across the world, tragedy struck again, this time in the warm waters of the Philippines. On December 20, 1987, the passenger ferry MV Doña Paz was packed far beyond capacity. Officially, she was licensed to carry 1,500 people. But that night, over 4,000 were on board. Many without tickets, sitting on the decks, sleeping in hallways. Just before midnight, disaster came in the form of a fully loaded oil tanker, the MT Vector. The collision ripped open Vector's cargo tanks, releasing thousands of gallons of gasoline into the sea. In seconds, the ocean caught fire. Flames shot high into the night sky. The 2 ships became floating infernos. There were no lifeboats ready, no chance for rescue. Some jumped into the burning water, only to be swallowed by the flames. By morning, over 4,300 lives were gone. Only 24 people survived, most badly burned. It remains the deadliest peacetime maritime disaster in recorded history. So why does the Titanic remain a household name, while Dona Paz is barely known outside Asia? The answer is complicated. Titanic was a technological marvel from the industrial heart of Europe, carrying the wealthy elite, and her sinking became a symbol of hubris and tragedy in the Western world. Dona Paz, on the other hand, sailed in Southeast Asia during a time when media coverage was far more regional. There were no Hollywood films, no international investigations, and very little political pressure to change the system that allowed such overcrowding. One became a legend, the other a ghost in history's shadows. Yet behind both names are human lives. Mothers, fathers, children, whose dreams ended in the dark waters. Whether in icy Atlantic silence or the searing flames of the Pacific, these disasters remind us of one unshakable truth. The sea is beautiful, but it is merciless. We remember the Titanic. This time we remember Dona Paz too. If you believe these stories deserve to be told, share this video. Let the world know history doesn't have just one tragedy.